Today's practice is going to be a strong sequence of hip openers. To begin, take your right knee on top of your left knee in Gomukhasana. Take your thumbs into your hip creases, and with your thumbs, press down into the top of the hip joint, creating a little bit of a deep hollowed crease. And then as you create that crease, lengthen the waistline up, interlace your fingers, and press your palms up overhead. Continue to have the memory of the thumbs and the hip creases rooting down. And then from that kinesthetic blueprint, lengthen the waist up, lift through the armpits, lift through the elbows. One nice long smooth inhalation. Then as you exhale, walk your hands forward and forward fold. As you direct your inhalation, inhale from the nose down through the body into the hip creases, as if the inhalations were helping to deepen that crease and that fold at the front of the joint. 2 more cycles of breath. Inhale from your nose down into your hip creases, letting tension that's accumulated in those tissues release. Then with your next inhalation, slowly come all the way back up. Switch sides, left leg on top of right leg, Gomukhasana. So in Gomukhasana, the heels come back towards either sides of the hips, and the top knee stacks above the bottom knee. If there's some space between the knees, no problem. Take your thumbs into your hip creases. With those thumbs, deepen the crease, pressing down. And then keep that rooting, that releasing, that hollowing of the hip joint. Interlace your fingers, press your palms up overhead. Good. Keeping the memory of the thumbs and the hip creases. Burrow down through the front of that joint. Lengthen up through the sides of the waist. Lift the ceiling with your palms. Then on the exhale, release your arms. Untie the legs and extend both legs forward into Dandasana staff pose. Now nice and simple, cross your right shin in front of your left shin. Take the shins parallel with the front edge of your mat and give a little bit of flexion to the feet. So spread those toes, awaken the arches, and then walk forward for a moment. Supporting with your hands. Don't keep the spine rigid, but keep the spine elongated. And then imagine that you have thumbs in the hip creases and that those thumbs are rooting down. One more long, slow, deep inhalation from the nose all the way to the hips. Then with the inhalation, rise all the way back up. Extend the legs forward into Dandasana. Clear the legs, straighten the knees. And then cross the second leg on top, left leg on top. Good. From there, walk forward. And with the left shin in front of the right shin on this second side, observe if the sensation is the same or if it's a little bit different from the last round. Then settle into a slow, deep rhythm of breath. The hip creases are deep, the waistline is long, and the inside of the chest is still nice and broad. One more long inhalation, bringing the air from the nose to the hip crease. Then with the inhalation, rise all the way back up to center. Step back into downward facing dog. Now to begin in down dog, bend the knees a little bit. And as you bend the knees, remember the touch of the thumbs and the hip creases. And with that memory, move the hip crease up and back. That's it. And then from the very top of those hip creases, from the top of those thighs, start to straighten the legs by pressing the thigh bones back, lengthening the shin bones down, and releasing the tension in the back of the calves. Good. One more cycle of breath here. Then as you exhale, step your right foot forward between your hands. Bring your back knee to the sticky mat, and take both hands to the front knee. Good. Lift a little bit more vertically. Now, when most of us tend to think of opening the hips, we tend to just think of the hip rotators and back, the glutes and so forth. But as we do this pose a little bit, I want to make sure that in these hip openers, we get to the front of the thigh and groin. So bend the front knee as far forward as it'll go. Lengthen the tailbone down and lift up through the left groin, through the left side of the lower belly and into the chest. Good. One more long, slow, deep inhalation from the nose to the thighs. Then as you exhale, hands to the floor, step back into down dog. Couple of breaths in down dog. Root down through the hands, root down through the knuckles. Draw the top of the thighs and the groin creases up and back. One more deep inhalation. Then as you exhale, left foot forward between your hands, right knee to the sticky mat, both hands to the front knee. With your hands on the front knee, bend that front knee as deeply as it'll go. And as you release down and settle into the stretch of the back thigh, lengthen down through the tailbone, lengthen up through the waistline. One more smooth, deep inhalation. Then as you exhale, hands to the floor, downward facing dog. Good. Now in down dog, bend your right knee deeply, gaze towards your left heel, and rotate the left heel in until it comes down to the floor at an angle. Good. Now stay just like that, but press back through the outside of the left hip. Good. Another moment in time. Let your hips turn just a little bit to the right, pressing the outside of the left thigh back. Good. One more in-breath, opening the outside of that left thigh and hip. Then as you exhale, back to normal down dog. Bend your left knee deeply. Rotate your right heel bone in until it comes to the ground. Root down through the outer edge of that right heel. Draw back through the outside of the right thigh and hip. Good. One more inhalation, drawing back through that outer hip. Then as you exhale, normalize down dog. Step the right foot forward between your hands. Bring your left knee to the sticky mat. Okay, this time, take both hands inside your front foot. Step your right foot to the right about 3 inches. And then turn your right foot, knee, and thigh out 45 degrees. And then look for a moment and make sure that's congruous. So right foot, right knee, right hip is all congruous. Nice one line. Then from there, walk the arms forward. For those of you with a little bit more range of movement, you can bring the elbows to the floor. Those of you with less range of movement, keep the elbows straight. As you settle into a few long, slow cycles of breath, observe the sensation that's present. And then from that observation, concentrate the breath in that location. So feel the sensation that's present in that right hip. And as you feel it, breathe into it. One more inhalation. Then as you exhale, walk the hands back up. Step back into downward facing dog. Spend a moment in down dog just fully re-elongating through the arms, through the shoulders, through the spine, and through the legs. Good. One more in-breath, drawing the thighs and hips up and back. Then as you exhale, left foot forward between your hands. Right knee to the sticky mat. Step the front foot, the left foot, out to the left a few inches, both hands inside. And then look at the left foot, turn it out, turn the knee out, turn the thigh out. From there, walk forward. Don't strain and don't feel compelled to get the elbows to the floor. Just continue walking those arms forward till you get your maximum. Some of you will be able to bring the elbows to the ground with no problem. Some of you will be better served by keeping the elbows straight. Now 2 or 3 deeper cycles of breath, breathing into the difficulty. Slightly intensify the pose by rooting down through the left foot like you're making a deeper footprint and turning your ribs just a little bit more away from the front leg. One more inhalation. Then as you exhale, walk the hands back. Step back into downward facing dog. Nice and slowly, inhale, rock all the way forward to plank. Exhale, come down to the floor for Cobra pose. Couple of breaths, low Cobra pose. Draw the shoulder blades down, lift the chest. Very good. Good. Press the hands down, firm the shoulder blades, long tailbone towards the heels. Then on your exhale, relower and press back to downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale, draw the thighs back. Then as you exhale, take the right leg forward into pigeon pose. Two different approaches to the pose, two different layers. First, walk your hands forward until the arms are about the angle of down dog. So about how the arms fit in down dog, walk the arms that far. Okay, and then with your hands, press down into the ground and gently create the action as if you're pulling the floor forward. Continuing that, gently press your right shin bone down and create the action as if you're pulling the floor backward. Good. You'll feel that create more depth and intensity in the hips. Continue to breathe one more long cycle of breath. Then as you exhale, walk the arms forward, bring the elbows down, and those of you that can, rest the head on the floor, the arms, a brick, or a bolster. As you settle in, continue to gently press the right shin bone down. And as you press that right shin bone down, create just a tad more elongation through the sides of the waist. One more long, slow, deep in-breath from the nose down into the hips. Then as you exhale, slowly walk your hands back. Step back into downward facing dog. Spend a moment in down dog feeling how the two sides are a little bit different now. Then on an exhalation, step the left leg forward to pigeon pose. We'll take two phases of the posture. First phase, a little bit more active, a little bit more assertive. Walk your hands forward and keep going until the arms are about the same angle as they are when you do downward facing dog. Now from there, press the hands down and pull the flooring forward. Press the front shin bone gently down and pull the flooring backward. Right? And just feel how that maneuvers that hip into a little bit deeper angle. One more smooth in-breath here. Then as you exhale, walk the hands forward. Good. Bring the head down to the floor, to the forearms, to a brick, or to a bolster. If the head doesn't rest on something easily, don't worry about it. Just as well as you can, soften and relax the mind. Now, last few breaths. Slightly turn your right hip, which is your back hip, forward. Lengthen through both sides of the waist. One more cycle of breath, breathing down into the hips. And then nice and slowly walk your hands back. Step back into dog pose. From down dog, inhale, rock forward to plank. Nice and slowly to chaturanga. Inhale, roll the chest up and open. Then as you exhale, draw back into downward facing dog. Now for a couple of standing poses. Inhale, bend your knees, look towards your fingertips. Then exhale, step or hop forward. Inhale, lengthen your waist, lift halfway up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, sweep all the way up to standing, reach through the arms. Exhale, release the arms. Good. Now from here, take the right leg up into tree pose. Bend the right knee, hold the right ankle or shin, lift that foot up. And then keep holding on to that shin or keep holding on to that ankle with the right hand. And take the heel as high up as it'll go. So you get a nice deep folding, some nice deep flexion into that knee joint. Good. Then from there, just fold the palms, thumbs on the breastbone. 2 or 3 breaths. Rotate your right hip point forward. but draw the inside of the right thigh towards the wall behind you. 2 more cycles of breath. This is help opening the inner groin, the top of the groin, that portion of the hip joint. 1 more inhalation. Exhale, release the right foot to the floor. Pause for a moment. Then take the left leg into tree pose. Bend that left knee, draw the left foot up. Once there, hold on, pull the heel a little bit higher up into the pelvic floor of the perineum. Foot against the inside of the standing thigh. Then fold your palms. Gently draw up through the front of the chest. Rotate the left hip slightly forward. Draw the inside of the left knee back. On the exhale, bring the left foot to the floor. Good. And then from there, take a wide stride on your sticky mat, standing on its long axis. Okay. With your feet wide, turn both feet out 45 degrees. So both feet out 45 degrees. That's it. And then bend both knees so you're in a wide squat. Take your hands to your thighs. And then with the thumbs towards the inner thigh and the fingers on the outer thigh, gently rotate the thigh bones out. So externally rotate the legs with the hands. Now the normal state, because this is difficult, especially after the first few breaths, the normal state is that the torso will start to lean far forward. Instead, as well as you can, keep the shoulders right above those hips. 2 more breaths, drop the legs a little bit deeper. Spin those thigh bones out. 1 more in-breath. Then as you exhale, slowly straighten both legs. Turn the right foot out, turn the left foot in. Okay, reach the arms wide. Lift your right hip up so both hips are level with each other. And then bend your front knee into Warrior 2. Continuing to breathe in Warrior 2, take your awareness deep inside your hips and create a broadening action through the pelvic bones. So this is very subtle. It's not as obvious as stretching the legs in pigeon pose. But take your awareness to the pelvis, take your awareness to the pelvic floor and to the sitting bones, and just imagine that all that area slightly widens. Good. Glance down at your right thigh, your front thigh, and turn it out a little bit more. That's it. Good. 1 more inhalation. Exhale, right hand down to the floor inside the right foot. Left hand to left hip. Now, with your right shoulder, gently nudge that right knee out. With that right shoulder, gently nudge that right knee away. Good, staying there. Or, those of you that have a little bit more room to play, slide the right arm under and inside that leg. Wrap the left arm around for the foot. Excuse me, that would be really hard. Wrap the top arm around for the binding. Good. So the right hand's going to come to the left hand and so forth. Not too long in the pose. Turn the chest. Press that right inner thigh out. Then on the exhale, left hand to left hip. Inhale, slide all the way up. Rotate your legs so your feet are parallel. Keep the feet parallel and wide. Inhale, reach the arms wide. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, forward fold. Both hands on the ground, Prasarita Padottanasana. To make this pose a little bit more of a hip opener, or at least a hip awareness pose, take your awareness to the top of the thighs and gently press the top of the thighs away from each other. Right? They're not going to go far. It's a subtle movement, but it's a nice opening inside the pelvis. 2 more cycles of breath. Top of the thighs gently press apart from each other. Then from there, take your hands to your hips. Tuck your chin slightly. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale and pause. Turn your left foot out, turn your right foot in. Bend the front knee, Warrior 2, arms wide. Good. With those arms nice and wide, root down through the back heel. Glance down at the front thigh and knee. See that the outer hip, center of the thigh bone, knee, second and third toe are in that same plane. So this inner thigh is rotated slightly out. Then on the exhale, take your left hand to the inside of the left foot. Right hand to right hip. If the floor is a long way away from you, take the hand to a brick, but otherwise hand to the floor. And then with that left arm, slightly nudge the left inner knee out. Good. Then either stay there or slide into the binding where the top arm comes around, bottom arm loops up to grab it. Few cycles of breaths, tough pose, bound side angle pose. Turn from the center of the chest, rotate the top collarbone open, press that front inner thigh away from you. One more inhalation, hang in there. Then as you exhale, right hand to right hip. Inhale, come all the way up. Straighten the legs, feet parallel. Step or hop the feet hip width apart. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Warrior two, side angle pose and bound side angle pose. Those standing poses that you just practiced are really good at working on the inseam of the legs and the inner groin, that part of the hip joint. In a moment, we'll do two more standing poses that emphasizes more of the outer hips. Take your hands to your hips, press your feet down, inhale, roll all the way up to standing. Exhale, pause for a moment here. Then step the feet wide, turn your right foot out, turn your left foot in. Now from here, set up like you're going to do warrior one. Rotate the hips towards the front foot, bend your front knee, and fold your palms together. Now continue on. Take the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. And then for today's practice, go ahead and let the back heel lift so that the back leg comes up into a lunge. Now, squeeze the top of the thighs towards each other. Lift and elongate through the back leg and hug your right hip into the midline. As you get that steadiness of the legs, turn the back ribs so you have a nice twist, but it works on opening that outer right hip as well. One more inhalation. Exhale, release fingertips to the floor. Then slowly straighten the front leg. Again, like all poses, don't strain. If you need to come up on a couple blocks, please do. Reaching through both legs, squeeze the hips in towards each other as if the top of the thighs are both gathering into the midline. Then take your right thumb into your right hip crease. Keep your back heel lifted for this version. With that thumb, gently draw back, then lengthen the waistline forward. Keep that length, rotate to the right in a version of revolved triangle pose. Reach the top arm towards the ceiling. 2 or 3 breaths. Hug the top of the thighs towards each other. Lengthen the waist, turn your ribs. One more inhalation. Exhale, release the twist. Ground the back heel. Bend the front knee. And come all the way up. Nice and slow with composure. Last standing pose is second side. Straighten the front leg, feet parallel, left foot out, right foot in. Set up like warrior one. Rotate the hips towards the back foot, towards the front foot, towards the left foot. Spiral that right hip around. Fold your palms. Bend the front knee. And as you take the right elbow to the outside of the left knee, go ahead and let the back heel lift, but keep the back leg strong and reaching. Rather than letting the back leg collapse at all, lift that back thigh bone as if you're lifting the femur into the hamstrings. Then gently squeeze the top of the thighs in, lengthen the waist, turn your ribs. One more long, slow inhalation. Exhale, unwind, take the fingertips to the floor or hands to bricks. Keeping the back leg straight, straighten your front leg. Again, take the awareness to the outer thighs, squeeze the outer hips in, take your left thumb to your left hip crease, draw that hip crease back, lift and turn your chest to the left. Continuing on, reach through that top arm, broadening and opening your chest. 2 more cycles of breath. Just feel the sensations that are present in your body. On the exhale, release the top hand down. Turn and ground your back heel, bend the front knee. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Feet parallel, feet wide. Inhale, reach your arms apart. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, root the legs, lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold, quieting down, getting ready to segue into a seated sequence of forward bends and hip openers. 2 more cycles of breath. Gently squeeze the elbows towards each other. Lift the shoulder blades away from the ears. Take your hands to your hips. Root down through the feet. Inhale, come up, spine stays long. Exhale, step or hop the feet together. And then stand to the top of the sticky mat. We'll take 1 sun salutation to integrate this work and prepare for the next segment. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, forward bend, deep fold. Inhale, extend through your waistline. Exhale, step back to plank pose. Then lower slowly and skillfully to chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest, open it, firm your shoulder blades. Exhale, draw back into down dog. And then before moving into deep seated forward bends and hip openers, release into child's pose. In child's pose, let the torso drape the legs. Let the legs have a nice deep releasing fold. Soften the neck, soften the brow, soften the brain. And then nice and slowly walk the hands back. Hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, roll all the way up. Fold the palms, rest the thumbs on the breastbone. Relax the eyes, soften the jaw, relax the throat. In our next podcast, we're going to continue this work, doing some nice, deep, seated hip openers and moving towards creating a nice, full, healthy lotus pose. Thank you and namaste.